Coop Review. I'm your host, Coach Aisha, certified business continuity professional. I help businesses plan for the unexpected. Therefore, the podcast is called the Coop Review. Coop means the continuity of operations plan. It's the plan that you have in place for the business, as well the operations part, as well as the systems part. A lot of people think of the hardware, the IT, all the systems that you have in place to operate your business, and that's an all-inclusive. Often people call it the business continuity plan. So here we're breaking down parts of a continuity plan so that you can see through movie reviews for season 1 what a continuity plan could be like, or what improvements could be like for your operations. If you're new to continuity and planning for the unexpected, this should be a really insightful podcast for you so that you can grasp and understanding through entertainment, at least through season 1 prior to starting the interview. So I look forward to interviewing business owners, leaders, and community leaders who can give insight from their industry as to what a continuity plan looks like when it is properly planned, when it is properly developed. What a continuity plan, the benefits of having a continuity plan. I'm looking forward to the conversations beginning in season 2 with leaders who can share the benefits of a continuity plan from their industry, from their geographic, from their experience. The movie that we're looking at or reviewing for a continuity operations plan is the Barbershop. We've already explored in the Barbershop 3 Calvin and how his team work together and the benefits of having a continuity plan. Today, I just want to say just 2 things, just 2 main points. You should take a look at the movie, first of all. Take a look at the movie, but often when we as business owners or operations leader, we must look at funding when it comes to maintaining operations. When we need to replace equipment, replace systems, we need to activate some plans, including communication plans. We may need to use certain systems, and yes, they do cost money. What we don't want to happen is to not have a plan, not have procedures in place, and it costs money, and most importantly, it costs lives. So when I say it costs money because you gotta replace assets that you had not upgraded, or you have to replace assets that were damaged, but you cannot replace the lives of the people who have run your operation. You cannot replace the lives of the community or the people who take part in your. You want to be properly prepared with your continuity plan. Number 1, when you say, I want money or I need funding, be very careful in the alignment. Make sure that not only the source, but the intention of the funding is aligned with your principles, aligned with your vision. In the movie, you'll see Calvin is trying to save the barbershop. He's trying to keep it operational. It is a family business. His grandfather ran the barbershop, and he's now expected to carry on the legacy. However, he needs money. He needs funding. He sees that there is a need to keep it operational. He sees where there is lack. However, every source of funding will not help you to maintain your original intention. So there are things in the operations that were going to change, and it was going to impact the employees as well as the customers. And often, whenever your business takes part in incentives or take tax breaks or accept money for grants, accept money from certain organizations, you may have to adjust the way that your operations runs. And the thing that often is not considered in the beginning are the interested parties. That includes the employees. Make sure when you say, I want money or I need money for my operations, that you are seeking a source or seeking the intention um, of an investor who is going to help maintain your principles and your vision. Make sure that there still remains an alignment in the funding and the way your business will continue to operate. All businesses do need funding. All businesses do need to have backup funds. And as my company is seeking angel investors, that's one of the things that remains important. Will the business look the same or have the same intentions? And if it is the same, is that a problem for the investor or the funding source? Also, is the business looking drastically different, making improvements, making advancements? Is that okay, or is that exactly what the investor wants to see? Taking advantage of certain initiatives, taking advantage of certain tax breaks will eventually impact your operations, and you will have less of a say so in some situations. So that's number one. So just take a look at the movie and you'll see that. Number two, if you see what's happening, there is a need to get into a system. You'll see, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you've never seen Barbershop or you haven't seen it in this light, thinking of business, I want you to go check it out again. Number two, and this is it. Know how to get the code. You will see in the movie, go and check, someone's trying to access something and they need to get in. They don't know they don't know how to get in. Now, Calvin needed to maintain the shop, and he needed it to operate as it was. He needs to maintain the legacy. He also needs to maintain the ownership because of the way that the intention or the initial shop was set up. And he realized that the changes are going to negatively impact himself, his staff, and the community. And so he tries to return the money. He tries to get out of the original agreement or the original ask for the funding. And once you're locked in some contracts, or you're locked in certain exchanges or transactions, it depends. You might not be able to get out. But he knew how to get the code. He knew who to go to. He knew who to ask around. You know about this, you know about that. I'm not going to divulge details. In the last couple of episodes, I gave lots of details into the movie. I don't want to spoil it. This time, this episode right here, we're not spoiling it. Go check the movie out. You'll see what I'm talking about. But he knew the questions to ask. He knew who to ask. He didn't have the code, but he knew how to get the code. And then in finding out the who and the how, or finding out the code, he knew how to then maintain his operations. So you never put yourself in a compromising situation if you do know how to get the code. That's it. Because often we as leaders take on the attitude that we know everything. We know how to fix this, how to do this, who to go to, We take on that I can do it by myself. Sometimes you have to admit you don't know, and you have to ask a lot of questions, and you have to have a certain amount of humility, and in having that humility you can tap in to something that you've never seen before, and you actually may realize that you're maintaining your operations or continuity has a bigger picture. It's bigger than you as a small business paying business owner or operations leader, you taking your check home and it feeding your family. Small businesses do help towns and cities. They help the community because they bring jobs. Yes, but there's always a bigger reason for the existence of your operation. And if you can't maintain insight into that, you will gamble it away. And I don't want that to happen for my own business, but I definitely don't want that to happen to other small business owners and other operations. And when I say small business owners, that doesn't mean just 2 or 3 people. There are small businesses that have 99 people. I don't want an operations leader to gamble something away and then realize after the fact how it just destroyed the unity or destroyed the initial intention or destroyed what your brand was known for. So for the company brand, you'll see me. I have this shirt on. Come for the strategy, stay for the energy. This is about how I approach continuity, or how NC Essentials approaches continuity, and it is like no other continuity. It is like no other firm, and I stand on that. So this keeping this so brief compared to the other episodes, I want to know what you think. What do you think about the movie, first of all? Like, I believe Barbershop 1, 2, and 3 are all 3 quality movies. Normally, I do not enjoy sequels. So that each one of the movies are their own separate entities because they all use what was happening during the time. The different ones include the socioeconomic atmosphere, included the political atmosphere, included the community engagement, and I just think that all 3 of the versions of the Barbershop are great movies, but they're definitely good movies to check out for business, looking at operating business, looking at continuity. And I hope that you join me on the next episode. And please give me some feedback. Leave some comments and let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see more of. And I appreciate you joining me for the Coop review. I know this was a quick one, right? But sometimes that's how it is, because I know that the time that you have invested into watching this, you also need to have time left to go actually apply some of the principles or some of the advice that I'll give through these videos, through the podcast. Thank you again for joining. I am Coach Aisha. I look forward to working with you. I am a continuity expert, and I can help you get started in initiating and maintaining your continuity for your operations. Check me out, and you'll see my links below. Thanks. Take care.